I'm back. So YouTube has a 20-minute limit on video uploads, so I was worried I was getting close to the edge there. So we were just working on updating our probability estimate. So among the 1,000 products that might have a successful, among 1,000 products with a successful focus group result, 727 of those will be successes. So now we can think about doing another focus group, and that's what we had here. We have the same detection rate. We catch 80% of these and 20%, and now I can do the same thing here, right? 30% of the failures come back with good results, and 70% of the successes. Or sorry, and 70% of the failures will be caught as failures. So I'm going to add these together to get here. And if I did this right, these will sum, and pretty much does. Right, we're off by 0.05. So now we can ask the same kind of question. If I get a second focus group study that comes back positive, what's my chance of success? So I will say now the second one, well, we have 727 successful. Sorry. So of the focus group successes, we have 663, 664-ish of those. 582 of those are successful. So I'm going to take 582 successful products, successful products that had a good second focus group, divide by total number of products that had a good second focus group. I get 0.88. So we've updated our probability estimate of success to 0.88. So it was 0.5 initially, then it went to 0.72, and now we're at 0.88. And if I do my quick calculation again, what's the profit I get on average? I make 300 million if it's successful. And then I'm going to lose 800 million if it's not. The result is 164 million. So what does that mean? If I do a focus group and then I do another focus group and both come back positive, I'll make $164 million on average. All right. Now, we figured out before that we have a 55% chance of that happening. And so if we say, 0.55, we have a 55% chance of that happening. That would be, now remember, this is the chance of a focus group, and in order to get to that 164 million, we have to have focus group success and focus group success, right? Probability of A and B. We're going to assume that those events are independent. In reality, they're probably not, but we don't want to have to get into the detail of what the focus group success given a previous focus group success is. So we'll just, for simplicity, assume they're independent. So we'll say that means that the probability that both happen is equal to the probability that first happens times the probability that the second happens. So if we assume they're independent, we use the multiplication rule. So we get 55 times 55. That's the chance that we actually will end up with two positive focus group results. Okay, and that's roughly 30%. See if I can make it a little bigger. So in terms of expected profit, I would take that times that. So the whole project, right, we would expect to make about 50 million. What does that mean? Well, I do a focus group. If it comes back negative, I quit. If it comes back positive, I do another focus group. If it comes back negative, I quit. If it comes back positive, then I launch. And generally, 90% of the time, I make my $300 million. And the whole process nets me 50 million. But I have to pay for my focus groups. So let's say focus groups cost $500,000 each. Well, that means I'm going to pay $500,000, but then I'm also going to pay, I have a 0.55 chance of paying another $500,000. Okay, this is all sort of outside the scope of what you'll do here, I mean, on the quiz, but the point is that if I do if I don't do any research, I lose a lot of money. If I double up on the research, I can actually end up with a profitable option that is mitigated somewhat by having to pay for some focus group research. So is it worth paying the $780,000 in expected research costs to generate my $50 million in profit? Absolutely. And so that's where we can think about how all of this Bayesian updating, all of this probability changing can be beneficial to making business decisions. Okay, so this is the same thing we just did in Excel, written out in the slides. If I do and then same thing there. So now here's your chance. So you've got a problem. So you can pause the video real quick and try to come up with these solutions. So you're a board and you're concerned about a board of directors and you're concerned about mischief among your executive team, and in order to detect that, you're going to use delays in reporting the accounting as your signal. So think about it as like a test market, but it's information just like a test market would give you, only it's the delay in the accounting giving you information. So try to replicate what we just did on your own and come up with 88.88 for the first result, as in what's the probability that they misrepresent income given there's a delay in the accounting, and then down here, what's the probability they're misrepresenting given 2 delays in a row. So give that a shot, and good luck.